Hello, friends and family from around the world. This is Mike with Morning Dew Daily Events Worldwide. And we are on July 26th, 2021. And welcome to another surviving day on the planet. Welcome to the Daily Dew, of course, where we look at space weather, earthquakes, volcanoes, and many sunspots and activity on our sun right now. Looking at the last 48 hours, 2 fiery Earth-facing sunspots, and one of them let go. I'm pretty sure it's a C-class solar flare. Looking at incoming images here and outgoing. Now watching the last image, outgoing, large plasma filament on the backside of the sun. And then we're going to be watching this region right there, that small bright flash and pop in the right side bright region there, sunspot. Looks like a C-class solar flare. And then watching in the top right there, right off the sun, large plasma filament. And that was massive. Having a look here at the multi-spectrum. All of the events from the last 2 days. Looking at 2 CMEs and 1 a C-class solar flare. And then just recently another CME off the backside of the sun. Look here at 171 angstroms, all of those bright fiery regions. Amazing imagery of the sun, the almighty and powerful creator and destroyer of all life, our sun. Quick look at the Enlil spiral, and you can see here that flare was directed right at us. Energy will be coming in, looks like just around my birthday. My birthday is August 6th, and it looks like August 3rd, everything's going to be coming in, August 2nd and 3rd. So definite space weather event heading our way. Looking at LASCO 2 and 3, last 4 hours of imagery. No major event can be seen in the last 4 hours. We've also got that bright star coming in right now. That is Mercury. Or sorry, not Mercury, that is Venus, I'm pretty sure. Looking at the real-time solar wind, we're steady at about 330 kilometers per second. Did have a small jump there, looks to be about 430 kilometers per second, but nothing major in regards to our solar winds. Therefore, solar X-ray flux remains low, as well geomagnetic activity. But the Schumann resonance seems to be off the charts today. An almighty power of 74. Quality of 8.2. That was a pretty healthy spike in the Schumann resonance. Have a look here the last 24 hours for earthquakes across the planet. And we're going to start out in where we had the largest earthquake this morning, 6.2 in Lombok, Indonesia. As well, they saw another 5.7 and a 4.8 in the region, and that was an area that I noted last night was very quiet. And we're still getting deeper earthquakes now, 618 kilometer depth, Fiji, 4.5, that was just recently. And we've been documenting the last couple of days many deep earthquakes in the region. Let's carry on here into Japan, where they saw a 4.2 in Izu, Japan. As well, they saw a 5.1 here in Mutsu, Japan, 58 kilometer depth, and a 4.3, 96 kilometer depth. 4.5 there, Russia. 5.0 there, Kamchatka. Adak, Alaska, seeing activity as well through the Aleutian Islands. Mantenta Lake, 4.1. Looking across North America, Alder Springs, California did see a sizable 3.4 earthquake there today. As well as small earthquake, Smith Valley on the border with Nevada. or bordered with California, sorry. and nothing major to report across the North American plate. Central America here, Nicaragua 4.6, and as well Panama seeing a 4.6. Puerto Rico and Dominican Republic pretty quiet today. Largest earthquake 3.7. Into South America here, Peru 4.5. Down into Chile 4.3. And a 4.9 in Catagama, Chile. 4.5 there, Argentina, and as well a 4.3. Over into Europe, one earthquake to report here in Greece. One major earthquake. That's the thing here. We're just reporting the last 24 hours, as well a 4.3 here, Tajikistan, and a 4.9 on the border with Myanmar and India. Big low pressure system tucked up into there right now. Lots of rain this year. Nothing major to report over Hawaii. That's the last 24 hours for earthquakes across the planet. Have a quick look at the last 7 days. As you can see here, those elevated rings in the Kermadec and up into Fiji, many deep earthquakes this week, and they're piling up just in the last 24 hours. So heads up, antipode to that, Africa's way too quiet. As well, Wanda Fuka up into the Cascades. Activity coming back to the Pacific plate, tucked up into the Indian plate, and is still much activity through China. But heads up, everybody. It's all about being aware and prepared. Have a plan, have a go bag, and keep in contact with loved ones. Have a look here at Pacific Disaster Center, showing the most recent volcanoes getting updated. Dakono in Indonesia, Sangay in Ecuador, Swiss and Najima in Japan. So many fire reports, wow. Sabancaya in Peru. Floods and storms, fires. Wow, Etna in Italy. 148 active alerts. Fuego in Guatemala, Reventador, Semeru, Indonesia, Shiveluch, Russia. As well, Kermiski in Russia, Reventador in Ecuador, Nevados de Ruiz, Colombia, Merapi, Indonesia. And right now we have currently an active 45 erupting volcanoes across the planet. We just updated about 16 of them. Storms and tornado warnings going through Minnesota today. And as well, going to be heading southward throughout the night and the day tomorrow. Watch for more storms as the wave of moisture heads southward. Flash flooding through Oklahoma today as that system kind of blew up over them. Luckily didn't drop any tornadoes. As well, watching a low pressure system develop there off the coast of California. Should be an interesting forecast in the long range here. Hopefully some moisture. And then overlooking the West Pacific here, Tropical Storm Infa is still on land and fueling in tons of moisture into Shanghai and coastal regions of China right now. And then watch for that to trek right up into North Korea in the long range. But interesting trek here of Nurpatak, Tropical Storm Nurpatak, Napartak, as it quickly shifted overnight and is still heading towards Japan, but now as a downgraded storm. But lots of moisture and cloud cover wrapped up in the West Pacific right now, right up into Alaska. I wonder if any of this moisture will actually dominate the high pressure ridge off the coast of the United States. We shall see. Something I wanted to show you here was the quick carbon. This is the CO2 air quality for our planet right now, looking at windy.com. showing carbon emissions across the planet. Watch as all this carbon gets wrapped up in Tropical Storm Infa. But carbon emissions are pretty intense right now, especially across North America, parts of Africa, and Russia. Let's have a look at the 5-day forecast brought to you by Meteor Earth and of course daily events worldwide. Starting out here, home base Calgary, Alberta, as we did have a pretty warm day today, but still partly smoky skies. Big low pressure system north of the Hudson Bay is going to be thwarting down a wave of moisture here, but watch as that wave of moisture creates quite an extreme weather event for Ontario in the coming days. Now we're looking at Wednesday right up into the weekend, and then watch for heavy rains and strong winds through the Atlantic provinces. Watch for daily evaporation moisture through Sierra Nevadas and as well Colorado. No moisture really in sight here for the drought-stricken parts of British Columbia and Washington. So stay safe, aware, and prepared, friends and family down there. Overlooking the Atlantic. Looks like we're going to have a pretty intense system heading into Newfoundland. In the long-range forecast, most likely will affect all of the Atlantic provinces. Over Europe, big low-pressure system here. Now watch, the one that's over the United Kingdom, and then there's two here. Watching the 5-day forecast as 1, 2, 3 join forces in the long-range forecast right over north-central Europe. So heads up, my European friends, you do still have a lot of rain in the forecast. Same with parts of western Russia. You've got a big low-pressure system there that's been affecting you. Then overlooking Tropical Storm Infa, as it looks like it's going to be heading to North Korea and then hitting a block. And then a quick forecast track here for Tropical Storm Napartak as it grabs the jet stream and quickly heads north towards Alaska. But yeah, Japan, luckily, isn't seeing a major hurricane. And then the low-pressure system tucked up into the border at Myanmar in India is finally getting ready to let loose. So this week it'll be rolling through India, bringing widespread rain and extreme weather. Lots of rain for the Philippines, daily evaporation for Papua New Guinea as well. And then a wind and rain warning for parts of southwestern Australia, as you just get like a little tip. You get the tip of this large low pressure system that is below you and that is going to bring some pretty strong winds. So luckily, you're just getting the tip. And then watch for pretty cold conditions, parts of southeastern Australia. Overlooking New Zealand. Looks like you've got a pretty strong high pressure ridge over you as well this week. Just missing a low pressure system spinning by you. Hawaii, no major weather events towards you. And then area of interest here in the long range forecast through the East Pacific. And there could be a double shot here, maybe even a triple shot of storms through the East Pacific in the long range forecast. Overlooking South America, daily evaporation rains through northern parts, heavy towards Panama, parts of Paraguay. Thursday into Friday. And then some pretty cool temperatures here for parts of eastern Argentina and the border with Brazil. -2. And then through Chile here, almost -20 degrees, higher elevations, coastal regions, Argentina and Chile. Overlooking Africa, still have those two low pressure systems quickly tracking across the continent, and it looks like one is already ready to hit the coast and head westward. So we're going to be keeping an eye on these two systems heading into the Atlantic Ocean, as well overlooking Madagascar, as we do have quite a bit of moisture heading in towards you guys. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all coastal rains, and that's thanks to a very large system in the Antarctic. And that's what seems to be the prevalent issue right now, is large low-pressure systems. Look at these beasts in the southern hemisphere right now. Very large low-pressure systems. And in the northern hemisphere, we've got multiple low-pressure systems, surface level. Thanks for watching today. This has been Mike with Morning Dew Daily Events Worldwide. Stay aware and prepared. Stay young and have fun. And get your morning dew. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends and family from across the world.